Hello to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is going to be the second part to my maintenance tech setup tour. First one I did was my quick little go bag my pouch that I do quick repairs with. And then this guy here I originally bought to be my do-it-all kind of bag. And this thing just got so loaded down that it's ridiculous trying to transport this around. So now this is basically turned into my turnover slash grab bag. Carries all my extras or whatever. It usually sits in the unit as I'm turning it over, or sits in my shop, or in my vehicle. And so this is a 10-inch Husky tool tote. Electrician's tool tote. Got this about 8 months ago from Home Depot. It's about 49 bucks. I think still currently. And those things built really solid. I know they're on the lower end of as far as your bags, but this guy's held up really well. All the Husky deals that I've gotten have been super sturdy, well made. Haven't had any issues with it yet. So I'm going to probably go around from the outside and then we'll get to the inside parts. Once I get everything pulled out of here, I'll let you check out the construction of the bag and how it's all made. And yeah, so we'll get into it. First off here, got some Wagos. You guys prefer Wagos or wire nuts? I feel like Wagos are a lot easier to kind of deal with sometimes when you're in awkward situations. So I got turned on to these not too long ago and have loved them. So still use wire nuts from time to time, but these Wagos are great. Little cinching type twist tie thing. Demagnetizer, I think this came with some kind of Husky deal that I bought. It's not the best. I don't know. It does okay. Couple of rags, extra rags there. Little extra GFCI tester. I've got multiple of these running around in my different setups. That's just a little backup there. Got a laser measure here. Recently bought this. It's great for getting measurements to do trim inside a unit. I will provide links to all of these in the description, or everything that I can find. This little lanyard that came with the Bosch there. And just random garbage. Oh, there's a rubber band, because you never know when you need a rubber band. We got tape here, electrical, and some Gorilla. This is basically the side that I have on my marking tools, measurements. 25 foot. I usually carry a 16 foot with me. It's usually all I need on my pouch. Got a 25 foot here, the lever lock that auto locks. This is my Pika knockoff high boom deep hole marking pencil. I think I've covered this in a few other videos before, but I ended up getting this. It was like a 2-pack, 2 of these, and plus refills with like 3 different types of refills here. So 2 of these, 3 refills for like 20 bucks, the price you pay for 1 Pika. Had no issues with it at all. I have my Inkzols here. The name says it all, Inkzol. So these have been great. I haven't used a Sharpie since I've gotten these. So these have been excellent. Home Depot, where I picked those up at, much you guys know. One carpenter's pencil, another little marking pencil, needs to be sharpened. I obviously don't use that very much. I got a fat Sharpie there. Little punch for making holes. I have no idea what brand this is. Something that was gifted to me. I'm working in limited space here, so try not to knock everything off. I have my speed outs. Get this thing open. I'm removing those strip screws there. Pin, rando pin. It's got measurements, whatnot on it. Level. Don't really use it for any of that other than marking. Another pin. Can never have too many pins. Here is my spring tool set. I think I featured this in my one of my Christmas videos. Haven't had to use these yet. I've had one in my other pouch that I use all the time. Haven't had to get into these. These are really cool. I might do a little more in-depth video on these at some point later. I really like the fact that this one had a little chisel in it. So, I'm sure most of you guys know what those do. I'll keep a notepad for writing whatever down. These are really cool. These are the cable cuffs. Found these at Home Depot. They have different sizes. There's like $1.40 or something for the smaller one. That's the smallest they make. But I keep these all over this bag just because you never know. These have been really, really handy. Another cable cuff. I've went over these lights before. I think I have one of these hooked to almost every one of my bags or pouches. There's a little $4 flashlight I got from a local store here, but I believe I did find these on Amazon as well. Utility knife. I've covered this Linux before. This utility saw came with a jab saw blade as well. Love this thing. This is the blade that it came with. I have not had to change this thing out yet. It's probably there by now, but I've mostly used this for cutting some ABS, but usually I end up using this thing for cutting trim pieces. That way I don't have to break out the little cutting tool every time. But this has been great. I love this. It's sturdy. This thing is probably going to last forever. Small cut knife. Not sure the brand on that. I've had this guy since I was painting houses a few years ago. This is my bit set that I keep on me. I've had the case itself for going on 15 years. Of course, I've replaced bits, added bits, but that's my setup there. Try to keep that thing on me. Like I said, I kind of go to it, and then I have smaller cases in my other setups. I have my bits that I use most of the time. Little trim square here. I don't have any need to carry around larger regular speed squares in this bag. Those are in my shop if I need one, but for what I usually end up doing, just trim work, that's been perfect. So I'm trying to set everything out as I do this. This is a Rex Betty set. I found this on Amazon. Hex wrench drill bit set, standard and metric. It's like maybe 20 bucks. I don't really remember the price on it, and I believe they're magnetic as well. Decent little set. Pop it open here. Quality's been pretty good on these. I believe I have some other bits by the same brand, and they're so-so. They do alright. More tape, plumber's tape, painter's tape. Always need painter's tape, always. I believe I've covered this guy in previous videos before, kind of the disappointment in the bits falling out, so it went to a more stationary bag. This was meant for my quick grab go pouch, and had bits fall out of it just walking around, so I keep this on something that doesn't move around a whole lot. Other than that, it's been handy to have. The extra blades that came with my 14-in-1 Klein that I turned into my little super driver there, as seen on other channels. What's up, Morgan's Maintenance? My 8-1 stubby. So these are the blades that basically came with that. I bought this 2-pack deal, and it was the 3-in-1 impact flip socket set, which were these blades right here. I just bought that set there so I could throw them in my stubby and my other driver. And I just keep these as backup in case I need a bit. Keep some extra pin nails in here. And my jab saw blade for my Linux is in there. Another little bit, extra bits. Another little set, little shaft there. It came off of, I think, a Husky. It's in something else right now. Little file, little mini file. Super glue. From what I understand, as far as applicators and bottles, Doc from Last Best Tool went over all the different super glues you could get, and this was his preferred one here. It's got the brush applicator and a nozzle. He said basically this one doesn't dry up on you like most of the other ones do before you get to use it all. So this has been good. So I keep this one on me. I got my extra little cutoff wheels here for my cutoff tool. Say what you want about Ryobi, this thing has worked out perfect for what I do. So I don't need anything too hardcore at the moment, and that's worked out just fine. And what I don't want to break this guy out, and that's what I end up using my Linux for, doing my little trim work. Zip ties, zip ties, zip ties. Always gotta have zip ties. Different sizes. Good assortment there. Little tube of graphite lubricant. I really haven't used this stuff ever since I found out about Houdini. This stuff is amazing. This was a little more of a pain to work with because it's, you know, the graphite powder, and you got to kind of squeeze it in there, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of difficult. But I like the Houdini way better. A little pair of Fiskars. It's super dull right now. I need to sharpen them, but you never know when you need a little tiny pair of shears. Little ruler, Mason's rule. They'll fold out, whatever you guys call it. I call it a Mason's rule. Back when I was doing brick mason work. Keep a little bottle of Dawn detergent. Keep your hands washed, you know. And a little extension magnet. It's got a light on the end. This is a little freebie from a maintenance fair that I picked up. I always keep one of these in almost every one of my bags. Just a little razor scraper. Got extra blades. Alright, so I'm limited on space here. I'm gonna take a quick pause, get this cleaned off here, so that way I can get to the stuff on the inside of the bag. Alright, just like that, with the magic of editing, it's like I never left. So I don't want to make this too brief. I hope I'm not rushing through this too quickly. The first take that I did on this, it took like 24 minutes to go on the outside of the bag. So I tried to speed it up a little bit more, but I hope I'm covering everything enough. Any questions you have, leave them in the comments. I do my very best to answer all the comments. So if there's any questions, if I skipped over anything, let me know, and I'll try to go over that. Like I said, I just don't want to make like a super long video, but I also don't want to make it too short. So trying to find the sweet spot there. But we're going to get to the contents on the inside of the bag. This thing unclips, which is cool. I don't know if that's in the shot or not. But yeah, if you need to get into there and open the bag up more, and it flips open like that. So just a rando file here. I don't even know what brand. Something else that I inherited. So we're taking care of the barbs and whatnot. So found these Duratex on Amazon. It's a little stiff. I don't know. I gotta do a little more of a. I haven't covered this in any kind of videos yet. I've used this thing a couple of times. So far, it's been pretty good. My concern would be, I don't know if you could see in there, how sturdy that is. It's a little more sturdy on this guy here, but I got a smaller one that I'm a little concerned that it might flex on you. But so far, the couple times that I've used it, it's been really good. Probably just need to lubricate it. That way it can be a little more one-handed. It's not too bad right now. So I think I've done some lubrication on it. Let you get a look at that. I'll provide a link in the description if you want to pick up this. This came in a set. That's the 15 to 27 millimeter. And this is or I'm sorry, if you're looking at metric and standard. So 19/32 to 1 1/16, and then 7/16 to 5/8. So these guys, they came in a set. Don't remember the cost. It's probably maybe 20 bucks or so. So link in the description. I will go over those in a separate video. Little 5-in-1. I beat the end up pretty bad, so just had a sharp piece of metal hanging off there, so I just taped it off so I don't cut myself. Spline tool for rescreening windows and patio screen doors and whatnot, which seems like a constant thing. A little stubby hammer, so I really don't need much more than that when I'm just doing turnovers. So that way I don't take my bag space up with a larger hammer. Good pair of titanium shears. These things are sharp as crap and they're great. Usually I cut a lot of vinyl sheeting with these, and so anything and everything pretty much. Little thing of WD-40. Like I said, ever since I've discovered the Houdini, I don't even use WD-40 much, other than cleaning off tape residue off of windows and stuff. It works great for that. Keep a little set of bits and bobs in here. Some thread lock. Just random screws, whatnot. I always try to keep an assortment on me in every one of my setups. I'm real bad to keep screws all the time. I'm bad at solid. I mean, unless they're just beat up or stripped out, but if it's still good, I end up throwing it in the box. So, kind of a screw hoarder, a fastener hoarder. I don't even know what brand. Little needle nose. Little duck build, little flat needle nose here. believe this is Husky. Yep. A pipe wrench. Keep one pipe wrench in here. I've got larger ones in the shop, but this seems to do the trick with hot water heaters. About all I need. This is the little gimmicky Cobalt that I had featured in a short that I did. It's like 20 bucks at Lowe's. So far, things have been pretty cool. I mean, it's got its uses. Sometimes it's a bit bulky for certain things, but for just a quick adjust, just to grab on something, it's been pretty awesome. Beat up pair of Fuller channel locks here. I plan to replace these with Kinepex. I have the smaller Kinepex Cobras. Ever since I've used those, I really don't want to use anything else. But this is good for a little beater pair. They still have saved my butt in a lot of ways, so I'm not knocking them. You don't have to buy the high dollar ones. It's just the grip, the span of the grip on these kind of sucks when you're trying to get into some certain things. So that's why I plan to eventually go to the other stuff when I can afford it. My Husky pouch here, I've got multiples of these. This one I keep in here of little odd random loose things. Pair of gloves for the nasty stuff. Another small pair of vice grips. Little Allen keys. Little nut drivers. I think I got these at Harbor Freight. Really haven't used these much at all. More nut drivers. Sorry, I keep having to check the view on my camera. Just random Allen keys. Another smaller precision. There's an extra baggie for more fasteners if I need it. These I think are, yeah, these got tweaked really bad. So they're almost just garbage. But little bitty guys. Extra blades. More just rando. I think I got a couple of batteries in here. A couple of little bits. So another little pouch for my bits and bobs. Putty knife. Another putty knife. Chisel. So, what, Buck Bros. This thing's taken a beating a few times. Still super sharp though. I try to keep my chisels sharp. Except that guy. That one's not. It's not sharp at all. Little backup pocket knife. This is the knife that I used to carry with me, and this thing failed me one time. The locking mechanism did not stay locked, and I cut the poo out of my finger. So I don't carry this one on me anymore. This is a little backup just in case I need it. It was a Walmart brand, the Heart brand stuff. They've made some good stuff, but I wouldn't trust this knife. So yeah, don't waste your time with that. Needle nose vice grips. Another pair of vice grips. Got tons of vice grips in here. Probably too many. This bag's always being redone and evolving and changing. So yeah, I might have to take some of this stuff out, like I said. But I end up finding a use for all this stuff. Some kind of semi-cheap headlamp I got from Amazon. But it's been pretty good. It's different light settings and whatnot. It also has like a motion. I'll try to find this one again. Put a link in the description. Actually, I bought these Duracell headlamps that were have been amazing, actually. I don't keep that one in here. I keep it with my other stuff, but I'll have to go over those sometime. For some reason I have some weird little ratcheting stubby in here that it's got like a little bit holder in there. I don't know where I got this thing, but it holds all your little bits, and this thing's alright, not too bad. If you want a little odd little ratcheting stubby, semi-stubby I guess. But most of the stuff, like I said, is kind of backup. Another little case of bits. Different Allen keys. So, service wrench for working on garbage disposals. All my extra bits. So yeah. This is a pair of linesman pliers, Fuller, that I found or inherited or something. I did a little bit of a restoration on these. These were rusted out pretty bad. I did leave some of the patina on it just because I like the look of it. It still has that age to it, so I didn't want to take it completely back to super shiny, but a lot better than when I found them. Another pair of snips. These things are all jacked up, but if I need to pull out a nail or something, it does the trick. Just an extra little Phillips screwdriver. Nothing special. Got a pair of curved hemostats for grabbing tiny little parts. And then straight, I think I bought like a 4-pack on Amazon. I don't seem to, yeah, they kind of pop open sometimes. Another ratcheting driver, DeWalt. This one was okay. It was really annoying, the bit storage in here. They don't seem to stay in very well. They keep falling out. But I've kept this in there as a backup. Wasn't too crazy about this thing, but it does the job if I need it. Little 16-inch extended bit. You could stick this on the end of this ratcheting driver and make like a stupid long driver in case you don't want to get into an oven that's super dirty and nasty and you're changing out the bake element. This thing will reach from the front to the back. I've found that out, which comes in pretty handy sometimes. Torpedo level, Ultra Mag. Magnets are super strong on this guy. It's a Checkpoint brand. No cat's claw pry bar. And then jam bar. If you guys don't know what this is for, when you got a bolt that's spinning and you're trying to take a toilet off, you just shove it up in there and it'll hold your bolt in place while you take the nut off. This thing has been a lifesaver. Before these guys, I was having to do all kinds of funky stuff, cutting the bolts down and everything else, but this has been a lifesaver right here. And that's just about it. Oh, another little pair of channel locks. The precursor to buying my Cobra. These are alright. They kind of slip a little bit, but it does the job if I need it. Oh yeah, forgot I even had this. Haven't had it. Thankfully, I've not had to use this yet. But it is a broken pipe extractor tool. Got this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description on that guy. I haven't gone through this bag in a while, so little Velcro strap just for whatever we need to strap something together. Alright, so now we'll get down to the inner workings of the bag here. I'll get another little tiny pair of snips. So this bag overall, little plastic putty knife still. Overall, it's a good look at the inside of the bag there. That was one thing, every time I tried to look up a video before I bought this bag, I wanted to see what this thing looked like all around. And I never got a good tour of the inside, and I hope the lighting is showing that enough. This has a removable tool wall, which I've never really had to do that. Like I said, this thing sits stationary. And once you got this thing loaded down, it's just kind of a hassle. You'd have to remove a bunch of tools to get to this guy to pull that out. So originally that was the plan, but I really haven't had to use it for that purpose. But you got quite a few pockets in here. Like I said, it's really well made, super durable. And by the way, none of this is a paid endorsement. I wasn't given anything. So when I'm impressed with a product, I just really like to point out how well it's made, you know, and it's definitely worth checking out. Might be worth the money, you know, if you guys want to pick one up for yourself. But just give you an overall look at the bag again. Like I said, this is the 10-inch Husky Electrician's Tool Tote. I believe they still have them at Home Depot. Just make sure you get a good look at all the sides here. Yeah, been happy with this thing. Like I said, when it's loaded down, it's cumbersome, but it does at least have a shoulder strap, so makes your life a little bit easier than carrying that around. But yeah, so this is the second part. I got a few more tool bags that I want to go over, and those will probably be the next few videos that I do. And I really appreciate you guys giving me your time and checking this out. And I hope this video wasn't too long for you. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you on it. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Oh yeah, just real quick, I wanted to kind of show you what all that thing holds. This is the exploded view. This is everything that came out of it as I was pulling things out. That was everything from just the inside. And then I got all my stuff down here that I pulled from the outside pockets. I just kind of threw down there. But I didn't have the room to put everything up on the table. But yeah, it holds an insane amount of stuff. So if it's all organized properly. All right, that's it. Talk to you later.